Just how long should game companies wait before remastering their properties? And why did I hit my girlfriend with my car?
And welcome to More Directions Podcast.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. At least I somewhat understood that one.
Yep.
You don't want to hear the one that's coming.
No,
video down the line.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, that's probably bit of a mess.
I'm going to die over that one.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be in stitches over that
Metaphorically and physically.
Mm-hmm. Hey, well, okay. So, the question of what we're talking about today
What?
is yes, exactly.
Exactly.
But you can't answer the question with a yes.
Can I
Because
not?
it's not a yes or no question.
Why?
Well, mostly because I don't really know that it would fill out the necessities of an answer by replying with yes or no.
How?
You know? Like, and don't try your fucking W's with me right now. Right?
When?
Right? I know what you're doing. Right? I'm fully aware. Everyone's aware of what you're doing right now. Trying to trip me up.
Who?
Oh.
No. I will end that charade.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't much of a charade. There wasn't many actions.
I will end that.
In fact, there was far too much vocabulary to be a charade, to be honest with you. I'm sure the whole point of the game is to, be silent.
Elaborate.
Well, I will. It's like if you're playing the game and say you're doing a movie, for example, right? You'd be like, you do the whole camera thing. Of course, that's a bit dated, really, in terms of explaining. But at least it's more obvious, you know.
I would have thought that this motion would have been slightly more for cavemen, just like trying to. I don't know where I'm going with that.
I don't know. I'm interested in knowing where you're going with this.
I was in my head. I was like, right. So what else could make this motion? Obviously, someone punching somebody, and I was like, maybe it would be like some kind of caveman entertainment. Just stand someone in front of you and start punching them in the face.
I don't think that's a very good punching motion, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's very similar to
if they're up there, maybe.
If
you're like really short, and you've got a very tall friend who's just really pissed you off that day. Yeah. Just a bit of. Maybe.
I think it then comes into question: what exactly are you punching?
Well, is chin, or nose, or earlobe.
I mean, if you want to go for the nose, surely you'd do an uppercut.
Well, no, because when you're really short, so you can't really stretch that far.
Okay, so
you're not freaking bloody Stretch Armstrong.
No. Actually, that's a weird thing. Stretch Armstrong's still a thing.
Yeah, I think I've seen that recently.
He's been updated. He has a small head.
He doesn't look
as creepy,
as weird.
Although he still is weird.
rendition of Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah. Although, did you know that Stretch Armstrong had an arch villain?
No.
Yeah, apparently, well, not apparently, it's an actual fact. There's another toy out there that, so Stretch Armstrong stretches. This other toy also stretches, but it's got like plastic beads inside, so you can pose them in one pose, and say you want to stretch them out, you could actually keep them stretched out. And then you would remove the air from his head, and he would stay in said pose.
Okay. Right.
Oh, you could actually, when he is in said pose, you could. It's actually kind of morbid because he's quite solid, but you can still like do like simulate like breaking an arm and stuff. So yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I just like blanked for like the last 3 minutes.
It's fine. Just rewatch the video.
Who are we talking about?
Stretch Armstrong's arch nemesis.
Who is?
A man who can turn himself hard.
Well, there you have it.
Solid might have been a better choice there. Maybe.
Although I guess we get why he's his arch nemesis.
Yeah,
sure.
Stretch is always floppy and Ah.
Oh, yeah. And that's why the age 18 restriction was on this episode of the podcast, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, that's why we will never be on the child side of YouTube ever.
No, despite the fact that we claim that so many of our shows are family programs.
In quotation marks. Yeah.
I've never seen us quoted.
From now on.
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 We'll probably forget, like, tomorrow.
What?
This guy. This guy.
Yeah.
So, my friend.
Am I?
Since some days.
Okay.
Some days. You're the one that raised the question.
Yeah.
To me, quite some time back. By quite some time back, I mean like 3 days ago.
Was it not Monday?
Maybe.
Wait, hold on. Monday would be 3 days ago.
Well, would it though?
Yes.
Or was it 4 days ago?
Or was it 4 days? It was 4 days ago.
Fridays.
Friday? I thought today was Thursday.
Today is Friday.
Friday?
Yes, that's
Friday.
why we're doing a Friday podcast.
Wait, today's Friday?
Yeah.
Oh God, I've lost a day.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I could have sworn today was Thursday, man.
It's why we're doing a Friday podcast, dude.
Excuse me. Okay, I'm better now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good.
It's fine. You'll heal.
Yeah.
Time is the best healer.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
It doesn't help if you lose time, though.
No.
Because then you'll never heal.
Am I broken?
Probably.
Like that one guy from...
Like Stretch Armstrong.
No, the other guy. Who we shall never mention ever again.
I don't know where he's going with this. Yeah, you raised the question to me. You were like, dude, I mean, like, totally, yeah. How long do you feel that games should go before they have, like, their remasters and stuff?
I don't remember being a weird kind of Australian.
Yeah. But you are, though.
Am I? I thought I was British.
Some days.
I thought that's why I had this outrageous British accent.
Well, I mean, let's not go too far with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is semi-odd British accent.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, I don't really know that you're not British enough to have a British
British
accent.
enough?
Yeah.
British enough?
You've kind of adopted other species.
Hang on. I am British enough to still drink tea and enjoy it.
Well, okay. Fair enough. I can't argue with that.
Because I'm British.
You might get that one day.
Maybe.
But we don't emphasize it enough.
No. Maybe afterwards.
Maybe.
References. Yeah. Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Other prizey kind of words that are hidden secrets.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Easter eggs, lots of games have them. Also, lots of games have remasters.
Yeah.
So, since you raised the topic to me,
yep.
I'm going to throw it right back at you.
Uh-huh.
At your Australian face with my Australian boomerang.
Why have you become Australian?
Why not?
G'day. Struth, kangaroo.
Mm-hmm. It seems like he's trying to dodge this question, doesn't it?
Meerkat.
Simples.
No, wait, sorry. No, meerkat is not from Australia. Meerkat is from South America, if I remember correctly.
Mm.
Same place as Simba.
Still symbols.
Symbols?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yes. So, I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Like, yeah, I mean, maybe 2 days?
2 days?
Yeah.
2 days after?
Sure.
I mean, technically, wait, what are we talking about?
Remasters.
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to go along some different kind of direction there.
Well, we do go in all directions.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's very true.
Very true
indeed.
I mean, we didn't call ourselves all directions for absolutely nothing.
Of course.
No.
Yeah. There's about 50 reasons as to why we're called all directions. And you'll have to go in every single one of those directions to find out.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
yeah. To answer your query,
Mhm.
I believe that video games are always being remastered, especially during the creation process. Didn't expect that one, did ya?
Well done. Well done. That was not bad. That was not bad.
Yeah.
Well done.
But no, to answer the question truthfully and in a way you would expect, I think they should wait a minimum of, I'll not make it too ridiculous. I'd say around about 5 to 7 years.
Okay.
Maybe.
5 7 years. You see, yeah, I mean, like, had you asked me this time, maybe not this time, but some other time yesterday, I think I would have been like, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like totally. Let's wait. I was going to say 7 days there. Let's wait 7 years. That's a good amount of time to wait before getting a remaster. That's probably enough time for the next console to come round, and then sort of upgrade your game to being suitable for that then console. Although I was thinking about this late on last night. I was thinking to myself, but at the same time though, it is kind of a clever marketing strategy essentially. In the situation where you release your game, let's say 1 year or 3 months before the next console comes out, it kind of does make sense at that point to push out a remaster relatively quickly, because especially, for example, I mean, the game I'm kind of referencing here is Tomb Raider. That game, within less than a year, had its remaster out for the PS4. But the thing with that is the hype was still going for that game at the time. So I'm like, had you released that PS3 game today remastered, I don't think you'd make nearly as much money as what you would had you released it back when you originally did. Because a lot of people are really enjoying that game. And I don't know what the general consensus is for the sequel game that follows, but from what I've seen of it, I was not impressed. I mean, I haven't played it myself, but I've seen plenty of it. And I just thought it felt like quite a bit of a downgrade, to be honest. So I think that killed some of the hype for the franchise overall. So I don't know that a remaster would be good. So it's kind of a clever thing to jump on it while the hype still exists.
I suppose, but if it's going to be the case where they're going to just release the same game with just some better textures, some improved anti-aliasing and shadows, lighting, what have you, it seems a bit redundant if you've already got the game, you've paid full price, and then there's another game that comes out for the exact same price that's just got slightly prettier graphics.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not like the studio spent any real extra money just upgrading the textures and stuff.
Look, I mean, I'll be fair to Tomb Raider. Some of the stuff that it did upgrade with the remaster was generally really good. For the most part, it relatively looked like the same game. I think the weather mechanics were a bit better.
Yeah.
I think our hair was animated a lot better in the remaster. Like, I'm sure the developer said something about each individual strand of a hair was animated in the remastered version. Well, obviously it's not in the PS3 version of the game. So it's little details like that are nice. Personally, I think I'd probably lie more on money wise, marketing wise. I agree with why they do that, but I would maybe look towards something like a 7-year gap to maybe give the game if the game company wants to do a remaster for the game. And not just for, yes, pretty much any game is made for money, but not just for the purpose of money. Just to actually show the game as its full potential, essentially. 7 years would be good for that because it gives them time to develop other games and then it can come out with something else. I always find it kind of pointless when a remaster of a game comes out and it, basically what you said, for the most part, it looks exactly the same as the PS3 version or the previous console version. And there's next to nothing new being done to it. We mentioned before the podcast started, Crash Bandicoot is one of the games that got a remaster.
Just literally just prettier graphics.
I'd say no. I think that's how you do it. Crash Bandicoot did a great job of it because you're saying, it's just pretty graphics. You're not looking for a different game. You don't want a sequel game because that's not what a remaster is.
Well, yeah.
You want essentially the same game, but you want it to the level of the quality that console should be providing. That that platform should be providing.
Yeah.
Whenever you sort of remember something from your past, you don't necessarily remember just how sort of ugly it actually was. And if you go back to the original Crash Bandicoot games, just the polygons and everything on there, it's so insanely visible. And obviously, yes, it's a fucking PS1 game, so what do you expect? I'm not complaining about that or anything, but by comparison of how the new one looks, it's sort of I went back to the original one, so I was like, that's actually not what I remember Crash Bandicoot looking like. Because obviously in my head I'd sort of upgraded his look. In the remaster of that game, they essentially rebuilt that game from scratch. They didn't just like take the pre-existing game and just improve on it. They literally built the game again from scratch. So it's literally what Crash Bandicoot would look like today had it been purely released for the console.
I don't know. I think he's looking more uglier. He's looking more uglier these days.
Yeah, I can't agree with that. Not when you compare him to what he actually did look like.
I don't know, because if I'm remembering correctly, like if I wanted like a version of Crash that I think looks like Crash and still keeps to the original design, I'd probably go along somewhere along the route of Crash of the Titans. But obviously without the tiger stripes. I think that's far closer.
But that was just obviously with sequel games. I honestly, I quite disagree with you. I think the remastered version of the Crash games is literally what Crash Bandicoot looked like. Is a HD version of what that character looks like, without just the spiky polygons going everywhere. Because there's so little detail on the first one. There's a lot of room for sort of interpretation. And the sequel games' designs aren't terrible or anything, but there's a lot of times I would look at them and I was like, that's not really what I sort of see Crash looking like. And then I look at this HD version of Crash Bandicoot on the PlayStation 4, and I'm like, that it's not exactly what I was picturing, but that's pretty much there. That's, if you actually think about it, that is literally, that proportionally wise, it's pretty much identical. It's just obviously it looks a lot better. I think one of my big gripes with certain games is when it comes, and you can usually tell when they do, when they do it just because it's quick to do. It wouldn't take much effort to just sort of update the graphic a tiny little bit, and they can push it out really quickly for a high price and make a lot of money off of it. And as much as I'll probably play this version from now on, it does kind of irritate us a bit with, like, say, Assassin's Creed 2, for example. I think me and a lot of other people were really hoping when they pushed out a remastered version of Assassin's Creed 2, it would be to the graphical level of like Unity and Syndicate, and it would play and feel like those games, but obviously with the structure of the original Assassin's Creed 2 game. And obviously they didn't do that. It was just a slightly more deeper colored. It took that blur filter off that the original game had, which, to be fair, is pretty much the only reason I picked up the Ezio trilogy. And I didn't pick it up until like a year after it come out, so it was on the cheap at that point anyway. But pretty much just to get rid of the blur filter, that was pretty much the only reason I picked that game up in the first place. But still, even then, I'm kind of contradicting myself, because I've always had the attitude of, fair enough, if you don't have the game in the first place and you've got the newest console, yeah, of course pick up the remaster because you haven't played the game, or because you had to get rid of that game when you got rid of your last console. But I kind of always baffles us when somebody owns the game on the previous console, a remaster comes out, it's the exact same game, nothing new added to it whatsoever, it's slightly prettier, and then they go and buy that remastered one as well. I'm like, why? you already own the game. There's no new experience in playing. So I mean, I remember for a little while I desperately wanted to pick up when they remastered the Arkham games, because for a lot of it, I mean, I was really hoping it would be to the graphical level of the Arkham Knight game, because the graphics on that game is gorgeous, which it wasn't, which I was a bit disappointed with. But I was still excited about it nonetheless, because I was like, at least the environment visually looks a lot closer to the Arkham Knight games, and at least then I can just have all three of them sort of on the PlayStation 4, and I'll just play them off the bat from one another. I think plus the other reason is I don't like Batman's design in Arkham City, and so I was kind of hoping it was improved with the remaster version, but then I saw what his design looked like in Arkham Asylum in the remaster version, and he looks like a constipated Mexican, basically. But I'm glad I didn't at the end of the day, because I would have went against what I usually say. I have like I think I have 2 copies already of Arkham Asylum. I've got one for my Xbox 360 and I have one for my PlayStation 3. I didn't need the PlayStation 4 version.
Wait, did you say that you've got an Xbox 360 version and a PS3 version? Why?
Because, well, basically, the Xbox 360 was a console I had first, and then I moved over to the PS3. The PS3 version exclusively comes with the ability to play as the Joker, which I really wanted. And I my Xbox is all broke.
Oh, okay, okay.
So, and I really loved Arkham Asylum.
Red Ring of Death.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
2 of them got the Red Ring.
All right.
So yeah, but I loved that game so much. It was my favorite one until like Arkham Knight came out.
Yeah.
And so I had to have that copy, and plus the added bonus of the fact that you got the Joker stuff. It just meant it was basically a no-brainer. I had to pick that up. So I would have contradicted myself had I went and picked that up, unfortunately. But I will say, his design, the Arkham City design of him, looks a lot better in the remaster. But still, not going to do it because I don't agree with the fact that if you already own the game, it's just pointless picking it up again. But it's a clever marketing strategy at the end of the day. So yeah, I think maybe about 7-8 years or something is round about a good stretch of time.
Yeah.
Although what they really should start doing when they start like doing remasters is, because I don't know if they do this or whatever, is making sure losing my voice is making sure that they essentially remaster the latest patch version. If they're going to just essentially take the old game and improve it, make sure it's not the base game that was initially released. Make sure it's the latest patch one, because I told you this a while ago, but back when I played Assassin's Creed 2, there was this, I'd never experienced this on the PS3 version, but there's this one section, I'm basically running along this roof, there's a guard on top of the roof, he's trying to hit us with his arrow, so I run up to him and I assassinate him.
Yeah.
Simple as that, right? But then I noticed that there's another guard slightly further away, and I'm like, okay, I didn't spot you originally. Okay, I'll go and stab you. And then the guard that I just killed was stood up there. Despite the fact I'd seen his body fall off the roof.
Yeah.
Stab him, and then I watch as another guard spawns on the roof. Try and stab him as 2 more guards spawn on the roof. Stab. To a point where literally within the space of 10 seconds, there must have been about 100 guards just surrounding us on this roof, all saying the same phrases and just like how you get that like grey flash when you get detected in Assassin's Creed. That was just going off every like second. All the arrows to tell you how like far close you are to getting detected was all shown. So I was like trying to stab them all really quickly, which was just spawning more and more and more, to a point where I think what I ended up doing is I threw a smoke bomb down, stabbed a bunch of them. I think I tackled some of them. You watch like about 50 bodies just all flop off the roof. But then the crowd just started getting bigger and bigger. And I was like, you know what, my game's going to crash if I don't just get off of this roof real soon.
I think you missed an opportunity to just pause the game and start recording.
I did record it.
Oh, you did?
I did.
You did?
Yes.
Where is it?
It's on my PlayStation.
Oh.
Yeah. So maybe
might have to release that.
I might show that off at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, funny stuff. I mean, I even got this one wasn't as much of a surprise because I think I encountered this back with the PS3 version. But back in Revelations, there was a section where, like, I think a guard was trapped inside of a roof. So I ran up to him and I was like, okay, what can I really do with you here? Because I can't stab you. It's not going to let it stab you. So I was like, right, how do I get around this? Because I'm sure he would start, like, swinging his bloody sword and he would keep getting us. And I was like, well, that's not fair. You can hit me, but I can't hit you. And I think, what did I do? I might have shot him with my crossbow or something, which pretty much when I did that, he started to slowly go up and up and up, float out of the roof. I'm sure one of his vertices from the polygon must have gotten caught on the roof because he started to like stretch out and he basically formed into a kite and then went off into the sky.
Is that one also recorded?
Yes, that one is also recorded.
Good.
So yeah. I always tend to like make sure I catch funny moments and keep them on my PlayStation so I can rewatch them.
How many moments have you got thus far?
Not many for Assassin's Creed, but there's a couple. Those 2 are the ones that I remember above all else. But yeah, so come on, guys, if you're gonna remaster a game, at least remaster the fixed version.
Although they actually might have a point of remastering the original because whatever you change. Accidentally hit the wire. Whatever you change in the game can potentially destabilize it. So maybe it's actually a good idea that they do go back and then just release patches as and when they're needed.
I guess. I mean, to be fair, I've heard that. It'll probably be difficult, especially if you're taking the PS3 base version anyway.
Yeah.
Because apparently a lot of game developers hated having to code for the PS3 because it was a really complicated language. Whereas obviously the PS4 is much simpler, so I have to then convert all of that over. At least have to read through, go through the complicated language to translate it over to the simple version.
Yeah.
It would be much easier to do on the base version of the game than it would be to do
Actually,
on the...
it should be far easier because if I remember correctly, the PS4 runs on Linux. I think the PS3 ran it on its own architecture.
Yeah. But either way, I mean, I know there are several glitches that I've experienced throughout old games that I wouldn't want to occur again if I went and got like the updated version. An example, which is one that you got at the beginning of the show here, is back when I played GTA. I'm kind of hoping that they fixed a lot of maybe not all, because GTA's got some funny ones, but kind of hoping that they've fixed some of the issues, especially with like the cheats and everything. I used to have this thing when I would play GTA. I made a vow to myself that I was going to get through the bloody game, and none of my girlfriends in the game would die. They would all live through to see the end. I would get all the perks from all of them. And life would be nice and simple and easy.
Yeah.
The only difficulty being the fact that I have to remember which one prefers us to be fat and which one prefers us to be muscly and all that crap. But yeah, one day I was like, some of these cheats are so amazing. I have like the flying car cheat on. I'll do the invisible car cheat, all that. The invisible one basically just obviously being the actual car itself goes invisible, but the wheels and obviously the people sitting inside the car are still there. And I was just pretty much having fun driving along the road one day. And I assume because it was an invisible car, she just fell out. She fell out of the car and the back wheel of my car just went over her head. Never saw her again. And that happened a lot to me with the one that I've never forgotten. This one. This one has stayed in my core. My very being. It's made me who I am today.
Okay.
Driving along the road, and this bloody street gang comes up to us, decides they're going to start shooting at us, trying to kill us, And I'm like, dudes, I got my girlfriend in the car here. Can you just save this until a later point? They're like, nope, keep firing. So what does she do? She pretty much gets out of the car, right? Because she didn't want to be in. She doesn't want to be in all of this. I can't remember if she actually started trying to attack the guys that were shooting. I'm pretty sure she did.
The chick with the bandana?
I can't remember who it was. I'm sure it's. Actually, no. It's the one that you get through the story.
Donna, Diana.
I never paid attention to the names.
Desiree. Shaniqua.
So basically, sure, let's go with Shaniqua. Okay. So Shaniqua decides that she's going to start, trying to punch these guys. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to defend her here. Okay, because she's not ran away. She's not doing the sensible thing of just staying in the car. But okay, so I'll shoot the guy that's trying to attack her right now. Shoot him in the head, and she freaks out and runs. And I'm like, bitch, I'm defending you here. What the fuck? Kill all the other guys, and then start chasing after her, hoping that she'll calm down and that everything will be fine. Does she hell calm down? I chase after her for 30 minutes and she does not stop. So I was like, you know what? Fuck this. This relationship's done. I don't care about my vow. Pulls out a chainsaw.
Your vow?
Yep. My vow to keep her alive.
Yeah.
And starts chasing her down the street for another 45 minutes with my chainsaw revving. It took a while to actually keep up with her. But eventually I caught up. And yeah.
Maybe that's why she was running away from you.
I didn't have the chainsaw out originally.
Maybe that's why she was running away from you again.
I mean, jeez, it's like, just calm down.
See, she runs
There's
away
no need
from
for it.
You pull out a gun, she runs away from you. You don't have a gun, you put it away, she runs away. You pull out the chainsaw, she still runs away. So who knows what she wanted?
There's nothing I could do about that situation. I was like, I was defending you. I was being really good to you. And then you go and freak out. If I let you go now, I'll probably never see you again. So I've got to make sure that I dilute the situation here. Calm you down, because you're having a bit of a panic right now.
Diffuse.
Yeah. Dilute, diffuse, desaturate, whatever. Right? So Of course I was going to chase after her. I didn't want to have panic attacks that night or whatever. I didn't want her blaming herself in case something happened. So, but then if she doesn't stop running, of course I'm going to bloody pull out the chainsaw.
I mean, you got to remember, this is GTA San Andreas we're talking about, not something along the lines of Second Life.
Still, I mean, she could have come. She could have just went, okay, I'll hear you out. And I'll be like, he was attacking you, so I shot him. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. That's a fair point. But no, instead, she got a chainsaw through her. And even a dead corpse probably got another 10 minutes. A chainsaw action. I was fuming.
Might want to talk to somebody about that. Oh no.
So I'm kind of at least look. It's not the game's fault that situation happened, but it is the game's fault that the invisible car thing happened, with her falling out of the car and getting her head ran over. I will not blame myself for that. So I hope things like that are fixed in like the upgraded version of that game. It'd be nice.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. I still think you should upgrade, the patched version, not the base.
Again, it's best to work with the base first,
I guess, but at least release it once it's at least release it already patched up.
Yeah, but developers have gotten that weird way. No, it's not the developers' fault.
Laziness.
It's not the developers' fault. It's the damn publishers pushing everybody. No, sorry, the blame is to fall on the publishers and the stock owners. They are both assholes, and they are not to be trusted.
Do you think that every game, without exception, provided it's been over 7 years or whatever, do you think every game without exception is valid to a remaster?
No.
No?
No. Skyrim, for example, didn't need a remaster, especially on the PC.
Well, it hasn't been 7 years, though.
For Skyrim, it was released back in 2008.
Wasn't that long ago.
I don't know, 2006 Oblivion, 2000. It
would have been in
2012.
Yeah, around about 2012.
Yeah.
So
no, Skyrim didn't need one, especially on the PC. Doubly, especially with the modding scene, the fact that you can literally mod the base Skyrim game to be better, if not equal to Skyrim remastered, and I'm also really I'll give it's not Softworks, it's I'll give Bethesda's publishing studio one. Actually, no, I don't actually know who would have made that decision. I'll give Bethesda this: the fact that you got a free version of the remastered edition, if you already had the legendary edition on Steam, that's pretty dope. But the game didn't really need to exist.
Oh yeah, the game I've got in mind right now is just is that Shadow of the Colossus remaster that's coming out now. That's obviously been over the 7-year period.
It's already been remastered once before.
Is it?
I think so. There's a HD version on the PS3. I think there was a HD version released on the Xbox 360.
Right. So, well, that might be why then. It's just because one of my friends who loves Shadow of the Colossus really hates the fact that they're bringing out a remaster of the new Shadow of the Colossus. And I haven't quite picked up on the reasons why. I don't know if it's just because it looks exactly the same as the current HD version of that game anyway, or if it's just because it looks the same as the PC version of the game. But I know that he hates the fact that it's getting. And I'm like, well, there's people that might not have played that game that probably don't have the older consoles that would allow them to play it. But he doesn't feel that game should have had or deserved. Despite the fact he adores the game, doesn't feel like it was owed a remaster. But then again, it might just be because it wasn't that long ago since it last got one. Which I think is another thing. I think, you shouldn't push the remasters too much. If it's a really old game, remastering it for the console and then a year or two later, remastering it again just for the next one, just so it's available on all consoles. Keep the gap, keep it sparse, so that at least people have a time to sort of breathe from it, and it doesn't feel like you're just trying to constantly grab cash out of everyone's
Yeah.
wallets all the time.
I think you could reasonably justify a HD remake if a studio isn't planning on making a game for like the next 3-7 years, something like that. I think that would be something nice, especially if it's if it's like nostalgia factor, if it's been a while since the publishers released anything. I say publishers, the game studio rather. Although the publishers do publish, so I suppose it would be down to the publishers. But regardless, yeah, I think keep the remasters for either if it's if you're not planning to make a game anytime soon, or you're just feeling a little nostalgic and it's been a long time.
Yeah. Well, I will say to your point about Skyrim, it doesn't really surprise me whatsoever that Bethesda would have pushed out.
No, because they're publishers and fucking stock owners are absolute pricks.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, but that kind of money grabbers.
Yeah.
In a really bad way.
Bethesda Game Studio, you guys are fucking fine.
Like, one of my gripes is, a lot of games are now, like, with, like, the VR and everything out. They'll get VR updates or a patch come out that makes them VR compatible. Not Skyrim. No. It's its own full-priced game that you have to buy. It doesn't matter if you already own Skyrim and you want to do it VR style. You got to buy the entire game.
Well, I mean, they would have had to remake a lot of the mechanics to make it work.
Not really. You'd have to remake a few mechanics in the game.
No, you would have to go through play testing, make sure that it's not jittery or stuttery, so people
you'd have
don't
to do
feel
that
sick.
with any game that gets an update or allows you to do VR.
They should.
And like for example, I know this didn't get a patch update for it, but when Resident Evil 7 came out, that came out as its own full-fledged game.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to play it in VR as well, you didn't have to buy a VR version of that game.
Right, the question is
you could just turn it on
was
VR.
it just compatible with the headset, or did it also have hand stuff?
I think you could do the hand stuff. So it was like 100% compatible with the VR from beginning to end of that game. You could just do it in VR mode. So it's like, now don't quote me on the whole handset thing. I don't know that for a fact when it comes to Resident Evil.
How long ago was that?
That was at the beginning of last year.
I don't think I don't know. I wouldn't have any clue with that. No.
But for me personally, I always just thought, because like Skyrim and even like Fallout and all them, it makes perfect sense to have VR versions of those games. But it's like, just have it being an update or something. I don't think you should have to pay like the full price for the game again, especially like maybe I should, because I haven't went and bought the console versions of those games anyway. So if I wanted the specific console version of that game, I should have to obviously buy it. But for people that have already put the money in towards Skyrim, I think just a bloody update to enable to have a VR mode on it.
I think you're forgetting one thing. You already have Skyrim on the PC. You already own PlayStation 4.
I'm not complaining for me. I'm just complaining in general.
Right.
I think somebody that has already paid for the game shouldn't have to pay for the game again just so that they can have a VR version of it. There's plenty of games that don't do that.
Yeah.
There's no reason why Skyrim is so special that you should have to do that with. So yeah, it doesn't surprise us that it was a little while, but that Skyrim got a remaster.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise us if Skyrim gets another remaster in like the next 2 or 3 years.
No, I doubt that, because the Bethesda doesn't. If Skyrim was planned to be remastered anytime far off in the future, one, that would be a very bad undertaking, because they still haven't remastered Morrowind or Oblivion or any of the older games like Daggerfall, etc., etc. So they've got a huge catalog of Elderscrolls games to fall back on. Yeah. They could even release the first. I think it's 1 and 2. I think Bethesda took over Fallout after the first game, but they could do a remaster of the first Fallout game.
I have to say, I'd be up for a Morrowind remaster.
Although technically, it's already happening.
All right.
Because there are, let's see. There are 2 versions of a remastered Morrowind coming. I think there's one, and they're both mods. One's for Oblivion, and the other one, I think the Oblivion might have been done already. I don't know what state that's in right now. and we've got Skywind along with Skyblivion,
Right.
which are, I think, both on the way. Skyblivion, I think, released. No, I think they've both released bits and pieces for it, but they're not fully completed yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of difficult because Skyrim, for example, doesn't have a mechanic to make magic, which makes Oblivion harder. What else? And wands and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had basic staff making in what was it, the Dragonborn DLC, but nothing really beyond that.
Look, personally, as far as I'm concerned, I think Bethesda in general should give it a rest with the remaster stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How about you put some focus into just making the next Elder Scrolls game?
They can't. I don't think they're planning on making another Elder Scrolls until like 2021.
That's just so they can, keep
Bring out Starfield,
pumping,
their next IP.
keep on shoving Skyrim down your throat.
No. It's they're planning on bringing.
I don't
out
hate
stuff.
Skyrim, by the way.
Yeah.
It's just it did me wrong.
Did you wrong?
It did me wrong.
Wait, you're gonna have to explain that one again because I've forgotten.
Oh no! I basically just the character that I'd spent a long time with in that game got corrupted and I lost it all.
Why didn't you have multiple saves?
So
Why didn't you have multiple
no, I think
saves?
my entire game just I had to pretty much wipe it.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah.
So
PC or console?
It was PC.
Really?
But what was the point? But I enjoyed it while I played it.
Mm.
I still prefer Morrowind,
Mm.
personally. That's just me, though. That was sort of the first Elder Scrolls game I got into.
Yeah.
So, which is why I wouldn't so much mind jumping on a remaster of that.
Mm.
But personally, I think, how about you obviously you're not going to end your online one, but, stop putting so much focus on your Skyrim-esque games.
No.
And
Stop
put a bit
putting,
more focus into the next sequel.
no, stop putting focus on Elder Scrolls Online and stop making your own.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, ZeniMax is the publisher, I believe, of Bethesda. Fuck you, ZeniMax, by the way. But no, I'll give them credit where credit's due. Elder Scrolls Online looks pretty good.
Just looks like Skyrim to me.
No, it's a little too MMORPG, especially third person.
Yeah, it really doesn't look different to me at all.
Yeah, it does to me. Graphics are different. The armors are totally different, which I understand because of like time periods and stuff.
Armors is fair enough, but
Yeah.
just visually and graphically, I think it pretty much just looks like Skyrim.
I can tell the difference. I can always tell the difference. You could not show me one shot of Skyrim, one shot from Elder Scrolls Online, and I have the situation where
Well,
I
to
would
be
be
fair,
able
the
to
world's more colourful in the online one.
Yeah, that's true.
It's more dreary in Skyrim's world.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So yeah.
I was going to say something else. Yeah, stop making Elder Scrolls Online. It's awful, especially because of the law.
Yep.
Even though you're already fucking up the law.
Mm-hmm.
Stop fucking up the law.
Mm-hmm.
Bring back the champions.
Mm-hmm.
Have them all conglomerate.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe have a bloody co-op mode.
Mm-hmm.
Which is actually another mod that we need to check out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think with that note, to basically put it simply, remastering within sort of a 1 year period, great for marketing, but not so great, I think, in terms of keeping yourself reputable.
Mm.
Keep it at about maybe a 7 to 8 year gap.
Yep.
At least then it's a bit more forgiving when you try and push it out, and then don't sort of keep trying to push it out. Once you've done your remaster, leave it at that. It's had its chance essentially to have a second run.
And don't make the excuse or the marketing idea of creating a lot of shitty games in between and then the remaster.
Yeah. That's terrible.
It's awful.
Yeah.
No one would like you for that.
Nope.
Well, maybe it's a tiny bit of a nostalgia factor, but
Sure.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, guys,
Mm-hmm.
thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed the show.
Mm.
And do us a favor, if you wouldn't mind. All the buttons.
All the buttons.
Every button.
Everyone.
All of them.
Do not miss any.
Yep.
Ever.
Ever.
Again.
Sure. Bye.
Belly button.